Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the RubbingsRacing channel, broadcasting live from planet Earth and representing the voice of RubbingsRacing. I am your host, Kenbo76. Watching K Morse go around a track here. Looks like he's coming in at a 149. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just tuning in to Oulton Park, we're doing a GP circuit today here at our Friday night GT5 European Cup Challenge here. It's going to be absolutely a great race. We've seen a bunch of great racing last week. If you guys didn't tune in, it was absolutely epic racing. If you want to catch all the highlights and the edited video, you can go to our YouTube channel and check it out as well. These guys are really close up here in the points. Last week there was a little bit of shake-up in the points with penalties and stuff that were handed out. These guys were kind of working it all out, but since last week, this is week 4 now out of week 6, so winding down here in this series, ladies and gentlemen. The console's currently leading the points with 172 points in the lead right now. K Morris is in second with 146 points, and our rising star coming up through the rankings here is Bowie at 132 points. So there's not a lot of points separating. We got 32. Only 50 points separate Bowie and the console, and you can pick up a max of 35 points per race. So you can pick up a max of 70 points in the evening. So there's a lot of points can be picked up, but the console, K Morris, and Bowie, these guys, all three of these guys are right there in points. And NRP crept into the picture as well. He's got a 127 points, so he's right there knocking on the door. Lightblade's coming in at 5th place at 107 points. Him and Lionsfoot are tied for 5th place right now. Lecky falling back through the points here, coming in 102 points. Got Tro coming in at 89. Foulguest unable to show up tonight, coming in at 71. Tuggy Bear running towards the back, not doing too well this year in the series, just kind of marshalling everything. He's one of the mods and marshals here at RubbingsRacing, so looking to see what he does here. Let me change the camera angle for you guys here. And then there's a few guys who weren't able to show up tonight. Johnny McMullen wasn't able to show up. Smithy wasn't able to show up. And there was one other. Foulguest was not able to show up tonight as well. So keeping an eye on the times right now as these guys finish up qualifying. We got 5 minutes left in this session. Just about 5-minute session here at Oulton Park. A little bit of information about this place, Oulton Park. It is located in Little Budworth, Cheshire, England. And the owner is Motorsports Vision. The majors are the British Touring Car Championship events and the British F3 and the British Superbikes. Surface is made out of asphalt. The length is 2.69 miles or 4.3 kilometers. It's got 17 turns, and that's the international circuit. So that's where we are at tonight, ladies and gentlemen, at the GP circuit. So this is going to be an absolutely great race, watching these GT5s go around this track. If you're just tuning in, thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for tuning in here. As we always do, we go down and meet some of our drivers here. Looking at Nicky, NRP right now, said he's under pressure. He's got some guys watching from the track tonight. Wants to give a big hello to them guys. As soon as I turn on him, there he goes, sliding through the grass. Commentator's curse right out of the way. Currently running 8th place right now, 1.4 seconds off of the lead in this qualifying session. 33 years old, lives in Silverstone, England, also works at the circuit. He sent us all kind of great pictures, sunsets, and he's great photography there. He said he loves all form of motor racing. WRC and Group C are his favorites. He said he's fast and he's clean, and his friends say he's a pretty cool dude. So he says he's a firm believer that the race can't be won in the first corner, and we all believe that here at RubbingsRacing. Some people don't practice it, but we all believe it. But these guys do a great job here as we're watching him come around the track. See if he can improve his time here with about 4 minutes left in this qualifying session, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, currently 1.4 seconds off of the lead. Looks like he does not improve his time at all. Let's go up through the field here and see what's happening here. Norga the Viking, he's new to the league here. It's his first. He was called up tonight. Looks like he's running 13th place right now. Currently 3.1 seconds off of the lead. Called up from the reserves. He's been knocking at the reserve door here every week trying to get in. Finally got in tonight. Getting on there. Says he's 20 years, or he's I'm sorry, I read the wrong information there. 16 years old, said his favorite cars are the Group A, the touring cars, the GT1s and the GT3s, and also the LMP2s. Said he's been racing project cars for a combined of 4 years, so he probably went through the Project Cars 1 tour, and now he's in the veteran and the Project Cars tour here. So doing a great job. Looking forward to watching him race here tonight. We're going to call him Norga the Viking. The Viking. I think I'm just going to call him the Viking because his name's, I'm having a hard time pronouncing his name. I don't want to mispronounce it. So doing a great job tonight. 13th place. Great to have him on board as well. Let's go up here and see who's setting the pace. Obviously, Bowie coming in. Wasn't able to make the race tonight. Late. I don't know what happened. Maybe got home from work early. Kicked his little brother off. We're not sure what happened here, but he was able to get on track. We did call one guy up from the reserves. Didn't get back in response. So we did have him come in. Bowie, this is a big points. He would have made a lot of points. Lost a lot of points tonight. If he would have missed this race, he's a championship contender right now. Like I said, coming up through the ranks, or coming up through the points, doing an absolutely great job here. Bowie is our 20-year-old, I believe. Yes, 20 years old from Holland. He's worked at all kind of tracks here throughout Europe. So he works on all kind of works on race cars here. 400 horsepower Honda Civics. He says he races on project cars when he's not on the track. So able to get away from the real track tonight to get back on track. He had a great performance last night, Thursday Night Lights. If you guys haven't checked that out, check it out. We had the BMWs, the 2002 Stance Works at Sugo Sportsland. It was an absolutely epic race. These guys, they were beaten all the way to the very end. Dramatic finish into the final. You guys need to go to the end and watch it there. It was absolutely great. Watch these guys unfold. It was about 29 laps around Sugo. So had an absolute blast there. Bowie leading the way right now. We have Matt Darves now currently coming in the second. Matt Darves also coming up out of the reserves here. Looking for information on Matt Darves here. Said he's raced in the AOR leagues and he likes the GT5, GT3 and the TC classes. Said he's looking forward to racing clean guys. So we see Matt Darves in the grass there. Not sure what he's up to. Bowie currently falling back to second. Lightblade not having a good last week, or the week before, not having a good week. Did rebound last week there. We said he's about 5th in the points here. So Lightblade's doing a great job right now. We all know who Lightblade is. Name's Bobby. He's 35 years old. He's from Swansea in Wales over in the UK. He said he lives to race and he loves all things motor. Fan of the F1, motor, WRC, and the touring car races. He also races in multiple leagues, and he's a fan of the single-seat vehicles, and he wants to continue to grow in sim racing. And like we said before, he has grown very quickly in this league. He's very fast. A lot of guys look up to him. So Lightblade's doing a great deal. Just recently promoted up to the mods and marshal rules as well. So want to get his hands involved behind the scenes. If you want to get involved in what we're doing here at the Rubbings Racing, you can join us. www.rubbingsracing.co.uk. That'll get you your ticket to some of the cleanest, fastest sim racing for Project Cars 2 on the PlayStation 4 network right now, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to donate, you can also donate when you go to that website. Hit the donate button. All the proceeds will go back into the community, as nobody gets paid here to do this. This is all volunteer. We all love to do this, so this is all volunteer work here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for the comments. We got some fans tuning in here to support their favorite drivers. As I look at the stream here, Jeff Sharp says looking forward to some great evening. Disco says good evening. Good to hear in the box again. Good luck, lads, from me, Disco McDisco face here. So Jeff Sharp said Lightblade pulls a lap out now. Yeah, he said he knows he can do around 147. So Andy, looks like Andy WFC came in the league as a full-time driver last week, called up out of the reserves. He was offered a position, gladly took it. Andy WFC now, haven't heard from him. 147.6. Andy just running amok here today. Knocking Lightblade off the pole. Bowie now struggling in third place, 3/10. Yes, I said struggle with 3/10, ladies and gentlemen. That's how close these guys are running. You have Matt Darves coming in at 4th place. It's PT. He's another guy pulled up out of the ranks here in the reserves for tonight's race. It's PT. Wanted to get in last week, signed up, had to go, and said he had to work late, so couldn't get in last week. Good to have him back this week here at Oulton Park GP. NRP, our lad from Silverstone, coming in 6. K Morse, guy running second points right now, not having a good outing, only 7/10 off the lead, but coming in 7th. So you can see the lap times here, ladies and gentlemen. The console very fast in these GT5s, coming in 8th place. You have Tro coming in 9th, Lionsfoot coming in 10th. Lionsfoot's had some good races here the last couple times. First 2 races, he's about mid-pack. The last couple races, he's been pretty up much towards the front here. Lecky's not been having a good go at it, running towards at the back at most of these races here, trying to figure out his new wheel that he got for Christmas, I think. He'll get it all together. We have faith in him. Gray Warrior, full-time here, GT5, coming in at 12th place, 2.6 seconds all the way out here. We got Nord the Viking coming up from the reserve. 13th, Tuggy Bear coming in 14th, and Old Smoky rounding out the top 15, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. What we have in tune for you is a 20-minute sprint race. What it means is the first guy that crosses the line first does win the race. Then we go to our second feature, which is absolute great fun. Andy WFC in that red and black Ginetta GT5 taking the pole. Light Blade second, we got him. Bowie in that yellow car coming in 3rd. It's PT in that white one 4th. NRP in that orange and black one right behind. You can see him lining up on the 3rd row beside K Morse. You got the console lining up beside Tro. You got Lionsfoot back there in the black and red car lining up beside Lecky in the white car. You have Gray Warrior lining up behind Nord Viking there. You have Tuggy Bear and then Old Smoky. Matt Darves looks like he lagged out. Looks like somebody else may have lagged out as well. Nope, there's just one guy lagged out. Hopefully we can get him back in here. Getting ready to go green, ladies and gentlemen. 60-second warning for these guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Looks like Big Al says the console needs to stop driving that Fiat Panda and start racing. So somebody not happy with the results of here for the console, coming in 7th. Coming in 7th. I think he was only 7/10 off of the lead. So he said he's supposed to be your biggest fan. That's what he said on the radio comms there. So Disco McDisco's face said, Andy didn't realize you were well. He said, do it well, dude. So Disco McDisco face rooting for everybody here tonight and just giving a personal root out to Andy WFC. Taking the lead here. Andy hasn't said a word on the stream. So we're going to keep an eye on these guys as we start this race, ladies and gentlemen. Andy on the outside. Light Blade to the inside. Andy in the black and red one. Light Blade to the actual red one there. Trackside, and the light is green. And we are off, ladies and gentlemen, at Oulton Park International. Is here as these guys come out. Let's watch these guys. They come through the corners here. Let's see what NRP's up to. All these guys coming through the corner. Looks like everybody gets through successfully. You see these guys going through the field here, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to change the camera angle. Sorry about this. Forgot Oulton Park does this. Andy going through. Light Blade coming through. Bowie coming through. On top 3. These guys, this is the way they qualified right now. NRP doing a great job right now in 4th place. Then you got It's PT. Somebody needs to mute their mic. I'm not sure who it is with a noisy wheel. Thank you. Got the console coming in 6th place right now as all these guys come around the bend as they start down towards the big corner here. I had it all the big corner. You guys are going to kill me. Towards Shell's Oil corner here, ladies and gentlemen. Here they go. Hard on the brakes as they come down now towards... where are we at here? Towards Britain's and then up over towards Hilltop, ladies and gentlemen. We're keeping an eye on the console right now. 2 seconds off of the lead as these guys are coming up through the Knickerbock here. Keeping an eye on the console. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I got a little bit sidetracked. NRP currently up to 4th. Andy currently leading this parade around, but under pressure right now by Bowie, and Light Blade is now in behind these guys. Going to keep an eye on this battle here for the lead. So you know Bowie and Andy right now are going to battle this out. Light Blade's just sitting behind these guys, licking his chops, wanting to know, make sure that he's going to be able to get through here, ladies and gentlemen. We see Bowie now making a move to the inside. Let's see if Andy gives him any kind of room going into the final corner here, going into Lodge Corner. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Andy remains in front. Bowie hounding on the back of him. And now Light Blade looks like he's coming up a little bit closer. Let's get rid of this interface here. These guys come across the line in the order like they started, ladies and gentlemen. You got Andy out front. Bowie now making a move to the inside. Can he make it? Oh, you get a little bit of contact there. Looks like Bowie almost loses control out into the grass. Can he save it? No, he spins it around. Doesn't look like he collects anybody and plants it perfectly back on the track and get it back going. Keeping an eye on Andy right now. And Lightblade looks like NRP is in behind these guys now, making up a little spot now. NRP in that last podium position. Andy WFC, Lightblade, NRP, and the console now. And it's PT. All 5 of these guys make the top 5 as these guys come around the water tower towards Druid's corner here, or I'm sorry, the island bend towards Shell's corners. These guys come around Shell's corner. Andy's still leading this parade around. Lightblade behind him, NRP the console, and it's PT. These are the top 5 guys. Let's go back through the field here and see what the rest of these guys are up to. Looks like Tro now is under pressure by Bowie. Bowie, you've seen him spin out. It's going to have to go to the back of the pack, not to the back of the pack, but back further than where he wanted to be now towards back here right now, running in 8th place. Bowie's running in 8th place. You can see him behind Tro. Tro is in that red and black car. This is all going on behind K Morris. K Morris, our 2nd place in points right now. Looks like he's doing a great job holding off Tro and Bowie. Let's keep an eye on this battle here, ladies and gentlemen. These guys come around Clay Hill here and up towards the Druid's corner. This is a tricky section in the track here. You guys got to get hard on the brakes and then turn in early. Bowie making a move on Tro. See if he can get around Tro. Tro doing a great job defending his line as these guys come out of Druid's corner down towards Lodge corner here, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like K Morris now being able to separate a little bit as Tro and Bowie are side by side. Tro looks like gives Bowie the inside. Tro giving it away to him. Knows Bowie maybe a little bit faster than him. And great respect by Bowie, or by Tro, giving that spot up now. And now the next victim is K Morris. Let's get back up here to the front here. Looks like the console has taken over 3rd place, and these guys are still all bunched up here, ladies and gentlemen. Andy still leading the parade. Lightblade in 2nd. We have the console in 3rd. NRP in that orange, white, and black car there in 4th place now. He was in 3rd place, lost a little bit of position there. Looks like Lightblade goes a little bit wide. He's going to lose 3 positions. Looks like he's going to go to the back of this pack. It's PT now to the inside of NRP. Going to take that position away. NRP probably had to get off the brakes when he's seen Lightblade go a little bit wide there. Keeping an eye on the console here as you see the other drivers come into the frame. Andy WFC out front. The console now up to 2nd. It's PT now up to 3rd. NRP back to 4th and Lightblade to 5th here as these guys come down towards the chicane here and towards Britain's. And these guys start up over Hilltop here, headed out towards Hilltop and then towards Knickerbrook here, ladies and gentlemen. Andy WFC still leading this parade out front. The console, we know the console is fast. Our points leader has to be careful in this mess here. All these guys are racing for position and he's racing for points. So these guys know around him know that they can upset the points day pretty well by being defensive with the console right now. It's PT doing a good job behind the consoles. You see them all coming to frame. Andy, the console. It's PT. Lightblade now up to 4th. It looks like, yes, Lightblade up to 4th. Not sure what happened to NRP. Let's go back through the field here and let's see. NRP must have had a spin. Looks like NRP must have had a spin. K Morris and Bowie get around him now. And looks like NRP's back to 7th place. Unfortunate for him. Maybe he feeling the pressure of the people on the track watching him tonight. I didn't want to mention that. Don't want to give him the commentator's curse, but now back to 7th. Has to go his way back up through the field. Back to 7th place. 7 seconds off of the lead now behind Bowie and K Morris. These guys are now battling for position. Tro in behind these guys here as well. This is 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th as they come across the line. Lap 4, ladies and gentlemen. 14 minutes left in this session. Track temperature is 105 degrees Fahrenheit, and the ambient temperature outside is 81 degrees. So the track temperatures are pretty good. Air temperature is really great. Tires should be sticking here. As you can see, the rubber is starting to stick on the track here a little bit. So see Bowie now go up to 5th place. K Morris now in behind him. Looks like NRP and K Morris are going to contest each other for this turn here, for this long left-hander as they come up towards Shell's Oil corner. Let's see what's going to happen. NRP now to the outside. Looks like he gains the position. No, K Morris gains the position. NRP now behind K Morris as they come through Shell Oil's corner up towards Britain's here. It looks like NRP's not going to go away. Still on the outside of K Morris. Not sure what they're going to do as they come through the chicane here. K Morris NRP wisely backs off a little bit behind K Morris. Give him the room he needs, and those are still a lot of time. A little over halfway left in this session, ladies and gentlemen. If you like what you see on track and you want to get involved, www.rubbingsracing.co.uk. Hit that button that says register as a driver. Take you to our Discord. We'll see you come in. If you want to come in as a driver, get on track, all you got to do is let us know. We'll go through an evaluation process, real simple, and get you racing on track. If you think you can help in the staff area, come on as staff. We're always looking for staff members, new ideas for technology, new ideas for championships. Always looking for commentators as well as track marshals and people who like to race clean and fair. So www.rubbingsracing.co.uk is your ticket, ladies and gentlemen. Keeping an eye on NRP and K Morse right now. NRP currently back to 7th. We've seen he must have had a spin. Didn't see the spin itself, but the leaderboard says it must be a little bit different right now. And it looks like we have a battle for the lead. Looks like the console now taking it over from its PT. And what happened to our leader, Andy WFC? Hasn't said a word on the radio. Let's see if we can hear anything from his camp throughout the race here. Andy dropping back to 3rd place. May have had a little squabble coming out of the corner. We know these GT5s can get a little bit squirrely if you get on the rumble strips. You got to watch your rear camera there as these guys, you see these guys coming through the island bend up towards Cheryl's Oil Corner one more time here. About halfway over here. 12 minutes left in this session, ladies and gentlemen. This is a 20-minute session. First one that crosses the line wins, and then they will start from the rear of the field in our feature, which will be twice the length, but only will be measured in laps. So we're looking probably about halfway through. We're probably looking about 24 laps maybe for our feature with a mandatory pit stop. So stay tuned for that. If you're just tuning in, great. If not, you can go ahead and eat your dinner, come back, and we will still be on air. We're going to be having great racing, just like we're seeing as we see the console now under pressure by its PT. Let's go to these two here as we see 4 of these guys now bunched up. Lightblade still back to 4th place. Lightblade having a good race today. Was beating himself up a few weeks ago on the Discord saying he didn't have a good race. Wasn't happy with the way he was performing. Looks like he's doing a pretty good job tonight. Keeping an eye on this battle for the lead here, ladies and gentlemen. It's PT's trying to nudge, put his nose to the inside as we see the console trying to make the move to keep its PT behind him right now, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that is its PT. Side-by-side action as they come up here towards Lodge Corner, ladies and gentlemen, up the hill towards Deer Leap. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The console has the position, but now it looks like Andy WFC is going to challenge its PT. Its PT is trying to gain a position. At the same time, Andy WFC is trying to take a position away from him. Here they come, ladies and gentlemen, into the first corner. The console to the outside. Its PT to the inside. The console all the way out on the rumble strip. Regains control. Great control of his car here. As these guys are all bunched up side by side as they come down the hill here towards Druid's Corner, ladies and gentlemen. Or that's not Druid's Corner. That's Cascades. I'm sorry. Cascades. I was reading it upside down. Cascades. Side by side. Here they come once again towards the island bend. It's PT now to the inside. He needs to be careful on the grass a little bit. Gets back out of it. No, still side by side as they come towards Shell's Oil Corner. Hard on the brakes. What's going to happen here? It's PT to the outside. Looks like he gets up into the grass. Is going to lose his momentum. Was trying everything he could possibly do to take the lead away from the console. Costs him 2 positions. Andy WFC now up to the lead. This is great action, ladies and gentlemen, for the lead right now. Andy WFC now up to 2nd, only half a second. When Lightblade goes off in the background there, what's happening to Lightblade now? Under fire by its PT. Its PT now takes the position back, the 2 position he lost, and look who's coming in the picture, ladies and gentlemen. It is our 20-year-old from Holland, Bowie. Bowie was back in the pack there, and I forgot what happened to him here, but here comes Bowie back up through the field now, chasing Lightblade. They got to be careful. It's PT, Lightblade, and Bowie are now all position here. Its PT is in 3rd place, that final podium position right now. Andy and the console are battling up front as these guys come through the corners here. These 3 are still battling. We got K Morse now and NRP in this 2-car battle. These guys may be catching up to the guys out in front if these guys continue to run side by side. Keeping an eye on the leaders here as these guys come at the Lodge Corner. Console out front. Andy WFC, both of these guys really good and fast here at the GT5s. It's PT, Lightblade, and Bowie now. These guys are now on the hills. And where's K Morse and NRP? Looks like K Morse and NRP. These are your top 7. Separated by 6 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. 8 minutes and 55 seconds remain in this 20-minute session here. We're keeping an eye on this battle here for 6th place. This is K Morse and NRP. But let's go back here to the battle for the lead and see what's happening with Andy and the console here. Let's go here and see what's happening. Let's go right along board here with the console here as we see him come down here towards the island bend. Let's go back here to Andy and get a bird's eye view here of Andy and see what he's up to. See if he can make any move here as they come into Shell's oil corner, ladies and gentlemen. Andy makes a move to the inside, and this is what Andy is seeing here. Let's get rid of that interface. You can just see the beauty of the game here. These guys come up towards Britain's. The ladies got to get hard on the brakes, got to dive it in and use the weight of the car to try to get on the outside. Try not to take a penalty as we come in here and try to get back on the brakes up over Clay Hill here, Water Tower, towards Drew, or towards Hillsop, towards Knickerbrook. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. These guys come through this chicane here. This is a really tricky technical section as well, riding along with Andy WFC here. Let's go back to this battle here and see what Bowie's up to. Get back trackside. And keeping an eye on this battle. Bowie now is all over the back of Lightblade as these guys battle for position here. This is crucial position. Crucial points for Bowie. Bowie's been coming up through the field. Lightblade in 5th. Bowie, I think, up to 4th or 3rd in the points. I'd have to read him again. I know he's right there. He's been coming up through the ranks. So this has been an absolutely great race. Watching Bowie come up through the field here now side by side with Lightblade as they come to the final corner, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Bowie has the position. Looks like he has the advantage, but it doesn't look like Lightblade is going to let him go easily. Lightblade looks like his tires may be wearing off just a little bit. It's PT. Bowie and Lightblade as they come through the picture. You got Kay Morse now in the back. Not sure what happened to NRP. See NRP way in the back of the frame there as he came through. Lightblade going way wide. No, what happened to It's PT? It's PT goes off into the dirt. What's happening with him? Looks like he might have got a little bit loose. He's got to regather it and try to watch for the guys coming in now. He got NRP in behind him. He's got to be careful. Got to get it back going on track. That's unfortunate for It's PT. Called up out of the driver's ranks here. Going back to the battle for the lead, ladies and gentlemen. The console still has it. Andy WFC wants it as these guys come through Shell's oil corner up towards Britain's. The console qualified 7th. Was getting a little bit of smack here on the YouTube from these guys saying he need to drive that car a little faster, and looks like he's shutting these guys up pretty quick here. It says Andy and Alex need to get their heads down for a few laps and build that gap. Yes, they do, man. Jeff Sharp says if these guys keep fighting, Bowie will be back in the lead pack at no time. So, as predicted, Bowie's right here. 3 seconds off the lead now, fighting with Lightblade. 6 minutes remain in this session, ladies and gentlemen. 81 degrees is the temperature outside. 104 degrees Fahrenheit is the track temperature, ladies and gentlemen. So it is a nice day for racing. Very good day for racing here at Oulton Park. Week 4 of our GT5 European Super Cup Challenge here. If you guys haven't joined us, you got to go back and look at some of the highlights to see where we have gotten, how we have gotten here. These guys have done an absolutely phenomenal job. Keeping an eye on these guys here. The console leading the race is our points leader. He's got Andy WFC right behind him now. Let's look at this battle here. Seeing the gap there. It's only 1/10 of a second. Andy WFC making a move to the inside. Wiggles the car a little bit. It's got to get hard on the brakes as they come through the first corner here, ladies and gentlemen, and come down the hill towards the Cascades. Let's see if Andy can do anything in this braking zone here. Not sure if he's going to be able to make it work or not. The console is really solid coming through here. 5 minutes left in this session. The laps are winding down. The gap is not increasing between 3rd and 2nd place, but them two guys, you can see them coming into the frame behind the leaders here. These two guys are battling pretty hard for this top spot right now. A lot of points at stake. Andy WFC, like we said, came into the league as a full-time driver last week, replaced a guy Islander Jim, who didn't show up for a few weeks. Couldn't get a hold of him, figured he retired, so he was brought up through the ranks there. Andy WFC doing a great job. Don't think he's going to be a championship contender, but he's going to try to grab as many points as he can in this series here with the remaining weeks. We got 3 weeks left, so he may be able to get up there, but he needs to run solid. We'd have to do all the math. He may be able to do a top 3, maybe a top 4, maybe a top 5. We'll have to do calculations here maybe for next week. I'll have to get back to you on that. Keeping an eye on this battle, ladies and gentlemen, as they come up Clay Hill here. Andy WFC all over the back of the console as these guys come towards Druids here. These guys, Andy, you can see him on the brakes a little bit. He's harassing, letting the console know that he's there, letting them feel the heat, letting them know that the laps are winding down, and he was the pole sitter for a reason. Console started 7th. He sat on the pole 7th, and you can see right now Lightblade still in front of Bowie as them guys coming to the frame in the background there. And oh no, looks like Andy WFC goes a little bit wide, trying to make a move there, loses a bunch of time to the console there, and that's got to be detrimental to Andy's race. Spent all that time catching up to him, and now he's got to be pounding his helmet off his steering wheel in the cockpit, wondering, why did I make that mistake here? The console's been solid. The console may make a mistake. Very rare to see Bowie get way wide there coming out of the corner, out of the first corner, as you guys head down the hill towards Cascades here, out towards Lakeside, towards the Island Blend, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see, we got 3 minutes left in the session of this 20-minute session here. The running order right now is the console, Andy WFC. These guys have been fighting. We've seen Andy make a mistake coming out of Lodge Corner up towards Deer Leap there. Lost about a second right now, and it looks like he's paying for it. Got Lightblade currently running third. Bowie in fourth place. Bowie had a spin. Looks like he had a spin. Yeah, he did have a spin coming down the hill there. Had to regroup it and get back up through the field. Forgot about that there. So it looks so really good as he's coming up through Britain's here, up hilltop towards Knickerbrook here. Got to see the console in the picture. You see Andy. Now you see Lightblade and Bowie and K Morse coming into the picture in the background. These are the top 5 here, ladies and gentlemen, as these guys come through the chicane here. Going to keep an eye on this battle. Let's get back through the field here and see what's happening with NRP. NRP in behind these guys about 21 seconds. Looks like his fender's beat up a little bit. Not having a good go at it. In behind Tro. Tro got in behind him. It's PT now back to 6th place. What's It's PT up to? Is he in that front group? No, he's just coming up the hill here. So it looks like K Morse is the last guy really in this group, and it looks like K Morse may have had, you can see the leaders way out in front of K Morse there. So we're going to go to the leaders here for the last 120 seconds of this session here. The timer counts down. You can see the timer as this all unfolds. Let's go to Lightblade and see what kind of view we can get. We should be able to get everybody if we just focus on him. We see Lightblade in 3rd place, Bowie now in 4th place as all these guys come through the first corner. And oh no, it looks like Andy WFC gets a little wide again. As you see the console come now, Andy, Lightblade, and Bowie as these guys come down through the Cascades. Starting up through the gears, you see Lightblade using up all the track he can possibly get and still keep the power down, trying to hunt down Andy WFC. They know he made a mistake a couple laps ago. They were 3 seconds behind him. Now they are right on his bumper. Andy's equipment must be running out here. The sun's going to start to go down here in a little bit. So looks like Lightblade, the traction may be coming back, and this is the battle right here, ladies and gentlemen. 60 seconds remain in this session, and you're watching a battle for the lead. The red and white car is the console, the black and the 2nd place car, Andy WFC. The number 3 red car is Lightblade, and that yellow car in 4th place is Bowie. All of these guys qualified well. These guys are now fighting for position. The laps are winding down. We may have 1 lap left. This may be the final lap. We'll see when we get to the line. I have a hard time with the timer. Sometimes it counts down and you still have to run a lap. So we'll see what happens here as they come out of Knickerbrook up Clay Hill towards Druids, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like the console has separated himself a pretty good distance now. Looks like Lightblade is going to contest Andy for 2nd place side by side as they come up towards Druids, ladies and gentlemen. Can the Lightblade make a stick? He does. Looks like he has to get on the brakes and get out of it a little bit. And we see Andy WFC make a huge run. He looks like he's going to try to poke his nose to the inside. 10 seconds remain, ladies and gentlemen. Is this the final lap? The console making the final corner. Looks like Andy takes the position back away from Lightblade, and Bowie now behind him. Time is out. Let's see what the official thing is here at the line. And that is the race. The console comes across. Andy, Lightblade, Bowie come across in that order. Let's see where K Morris is. Congratulations to Lightblade. Cool down lap is on, guys. So be careful with the contact. K Morris coming across 5th place. That was great action for the lead. It's PT. Looks like he had a spin coming across 6th place here. Tro, good race here. Mid-pack starting about 7th place. Coming in 7th place. NRP not happy with his results here. Coming in 8th place. Had a really good job there. Grey Warrior full-time here. Only series he runs is GT5. Great job by him in 9th place. Lion's Foot not having a good day. Looks like he lost a hood. May have ended up on his roof. Got a lot of door damage there. Currently coming in 10th place right now. One of our reserves, Nord Viking, looks like he's coming in 11th place. And Lecky rounding out the top 12. Had a couple guys drop out here. Going to try to get them back in for the main session. Congratulations to the console. You can see NRP giving them a congratulations there as these guys come down the Cascades here on his victory lap. It's PT now coming up behind him. Say, good job, man. Well done. You deserved it. All these guys very respectful towards each other. You see Andy WFC flashing his lights there, coming in 2nd place. Great run by Andy WFC. Started on the pole, went back to 3rd or 4th place, regrouped, had a couple mental errors coming out of the last corner there, but got to be able to regroup it back to second place. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I got to take a couple pictures here for the record so we can sort it out into the points, and that is our order, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to the console, Andy WFC, and Lightblade. There's our top 3 guys. Stay tuned for our feature. We'll be back in a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Go grab your popcorn. It's going to be a show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the RubbingsRacing channel. We're getting this race going here. Lecky's going to start us out here. Lecky, go ahead and go out front. We got Viking in behind him. We're going to have Lion's Foot in 3rd place. Got Gray Warrior up to 4th. NRP up to 5th place. We got Tro to 6th place. It's PT up to 7th place, please. K Morse to 8th place. Bowie to 9th place, please. Lightblade up to 10th. Andy WFC to 11th. The console to 12th place. Those are the guys that finished the race. We're going to go back to the end of the laps here. We're going to have Tuggy Bear coming in 13th. And Old Smoky coming in 14th. And do we have anybody else in the list? No, that's the rest of the guys. Tried to get a hold of Matt Darves to get him back in there. Was unsuccessful. We sent out a message on the Discord as well, ladies and gentlemen, to try to get somebody to join in from the reserves list. Nobody was available, so this is the field. As we left them, they do return, only in a different order here. As we watch these guys get warmed up, go around this track. 23 laps is what this race is going to be, ladies and gentlemen. 23 laps. It was 11 laps was the main feature. The first lap is a formation lap. These guys get their tires warmed up, get their racing lines figured out. Some guys were talking setup, so they're trying to get a feel of the car here as they go around the track the first time. And then there will be 22 racing laps with a mandatory pit somewhere in here. We've seen K Morse over the last couple weeks. He was pitting pretty early. It's unlike him. He normally pits pretty late in the GT4 series last year. He was pitting pretty late, so pitting early. We'll see what his strategy is today, see what goes on here today, but we're going to have a great race for you guys in our feature race here for our Friday night Ginetta GT5 Super Cup European Challenge. Going to be absolutely great racing here for you. As I always do, I go to the speedometer here and watch Lecky here. It keeps it around 70 miles per hour until they come down to the final corner, the Lodge corner. Then they're going to slow it down and side by side here at some point, and they're going to start getting up side by side. First place is always to the right side. Yeah, to the right side. Second place to the left side here. So is that how we do it? First place to the right side? Yeah, first place will be to the right. All the odd numbers to the right side, all the even numbers to the left side, ladies and gentlemen, as these guys start to line up here. So you guys are going to have to start forming up right here. Yeah, start forming up, guys. These guys are coming down towards turn 16 here, Lodge corner, and start up over Deer Leap. And once they get up over the corner here, at any time, once these guys get side by side, it is going to go green, and I will give the it looks like Lecky is gone. They are green, and everybody is gone, ladies and gentlemen. Lecky has put the power down, and we are green. Let's go back through the field here and see what is happening. Let's go back here and see what Bowie's up to. Bowie in the mix of all of this. CK Morse out in front of him. It's PT, Lightblade, and Andy. All of these guys mid-pack. Let's go back here and get rid of this interface here. Watch. We'll see Bowie in the yellow car. K Morse in that yellow, white, and black car. It's PT in that white and green car. All these guys bunched up. You see Lightblade in the red car. Andy WFC in that black and yellow car. And right behind him is the console in that white car with the red stripes on it. These guys all finished really good in the feature here as these guys come through Island Bend down towards turn 5 here. Shell's Oil corner. Looks like they all got it sorted out. K Morse making a move to the inside. Somebody gets wide on the outside. Not sure who that was. I got it taken away here. It looks like it's Lion's Foot. No, it's Norda. Norda Viking here. Looks like he's up to second place right now. And where are we at? Lecky's still running the front of this field right now, taking control of the race. Didn't have a good start to the feature, or start to the sprint race here. Finished way in the back, so let's see if he can do anything. We know he's pretty good here. He's got a new wheel, playing on a T300, still getting used to it. He's pretty happy with his equipment right now. We got Norda Viking coming in second place right now as they start up Clay Hill. Lion's Foot doing a great job that number 37 Janetta, but he's being chased down now by the fast guys in the first race. It's PT, NRP, Bowie, Gray Warrior, K Morris, Lightblade, Andy, the Consul. We got Tuggy Bear now in the back of the pack, Old Smoky and Tro all the way in the back. Let's go back here to see what the leaders are up to. These guys are all spread out. This is a great view by these guys here, ladies and gentlemen, as these guys start to fight. Lions Foot now and It's PT side by side as they come out of the final corner, start up over the hill here. Lions Foot gets wide. That's unfortunate for him. Let's go here and see what NRP's up to. Keeping an eye on him, ladies and gentlemen. Get rid of the interface one more time. You guys know the car colors by now if you've been keeping track. It's PT, Bowie, NRP. These guys are all fighting for position here. 23 laps in this session here. 3 out of 23. 20 laps remain in here with a mandatory pit stop. Watching NRP here. And Gray Warrior is that other white car. I was trying to see who that was. Gray Warrior doing a great job now. Up to 7th place. Started up towards the front of the pack now. Back to 7th place in the mix of all these fast guys. Lightly, you can see Lightblade now is harassing him. Andy WFC and the Consul now harassing the back of Gray Warrior. Gray Warrior is a full-time patron here in the GT5, and he gets a little bit of contact. You see Lightblade forces his way to the inside. Andy now looks like he's going to try. Oh, and it looks like Lightblade and Gray Warrior have some contact. Looks like Lightblade got a little bit sideways. That is unfortunate for him. They're going to have to try to get that worked out. Meanwhile, out in front, looks like Nord is now challenging Lecky for the lead as these guys come down the hill here towards Hillsop, turns 11, 10, 11, and 12. He goes a little bit wide. These guys are going to have to sort it out. It looks like it's PT, and that green stripe is to the outside, not to the inside. And it looks like Nord Viking now up to 2nd place. Got Lecky dropping back to 3rd. Bowie all over the back of Lecky, and NRP now rounding out the top 5. These guys are all in contention for a podium spot right now. Nobody has taken their pit stops. As we see, a little bit of contact there, and it looks like Nord Viking has to go out through the dirt. That's unfortunate for him. Looks like they're going to have to sort it out on track. Looks like he gives them the position back, gets back on track. Great respect by these guys. Meanwhile, K Morris and NRP battling here for 3rd place. K Morris making a great rebound here for this feature so far. Up to 3rd place, we see Bowie now up to 2nd place. We didn't catch that action on track, but we see now it's PT, Bowie, K Morris, and NRP come across the line in that order. Andy WFC all the way up through the pack now with the Consul in tow. These guys are running 5th and 6th as they come down here through Old Hall Corner down towards the Cascades. Great view from these guys. This is all great racing. Watching the Andy WFC in that black and red number 49 Janetta GT5. You can see other guys in the frame as well. We're not trying to focus just on one driver. We're trying to give you as much action on the track as we can here, ladies and gentlemen. Great highlight footage too, by the way. And just watching, enjoying the beauty of the race and watching these guys race here. You see the Consul now closing the gap a little bit between him and Andy as these guys come into the Shell Oil corner. Turn number 5 here, ladies and gentlemen. Keeping an eye on this battle. Let's go back up here to the front and see what Bowie's up to. Bowie's all over the back of It's PT, and we'll keep an eye on this battle here. Let's take rid of the interface and just enjoy the game here. It's PT out front, Bowie in 2nd. You can see K Morris defending that 3rd position away from NRP right now. NRP looks like there's a gap in between them guys. You see them guys in the background coming into the picture. Yes, there's a pretty good gap. These guys come up through Hillsop, up Knickerbrook, out through the Clay Hill, up here towards Druids. It's PT is doing a great job here, setting the pace. Bowie knows there's a long race here, so he's got a good pace in the GT5s. Came in first 2 weeks ago, both feature and the sprint race. Coming up through the point system in a hurry here. Real championship contender, so K Morris and the Consul have to keep an eye on this 20-year-old race car driver from Holland. Doing a great job tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back through the field here and see what NRP's up to. NRP was harassing K Morris. You can see the Consul coming into the picture just a little bit there. Right there, the red and white stripes on the white car. You see the Consul coming in 5th place. Those are the top 5. Lecky dropping back to 6th place. Having a pretty decent race. 7 seconds off the lead right now. We see Andy WFC into the pits. Let's keep an eye on him, see what kind of pit stop he's going to have here, ladies and gentlemen. Top contender, ran 2nd in the sprint race here. Missed his pit stop. Oh, disastrous for Andy. Another mental mistake. We've seen him break down a little bit, but a great pit stop. Looked like it about a 2.5 second pit stop there. Andy WFC, the jack is down. Wheels are turning. He's back out on the track. Let's go up here and see what Bowie is doing now as these guys come into turn 5, Shell Oil corner. Closing the gap a little bit on It's PT as these guys come out of the corner towards towards Britain's here, turn 7, 8, 9. This chicane, I like to call it just the first chicane here. It's PT doing a great job, hugging the inside corner. Both of these guys going all the way out as far as they can without breaking the regulation of the track. Doing an absolutely great job here. Keeping an eye on the lead for the battle here, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 5 out of 23 here. This is the feature race, race 4 out of our series here. This is race 4 out of our 6-race series, so points are very, very crucial tonight for Bowie. He needs to stay in front of the Consul and K. Morrison. Right now, he is, but barely. We see K. Morrison in 3rd place right now, 2 seconds behind the leaders. We're keeping an eye on the leaders right here, which is It's PT and Bowie. Bowie in the yellow car, It's PT in that white car with the green stripe coming up the driver's side there, or the passenger side in this case. As you're seeing these guys come down to the final corner here, turn 16, large corner, and start up Deer Leap here. Almost side-by-side action. Bowie looking like he's trying to make a move to the inside. Just letting PT know that he's there. These guys may go into the first corner here side-by-side. Let's see what happens. No, it looks like It's PT descends the line pretty good. Bowie had a little bit too much speed, carried it to the outside of the corner, and not being able to make anything happen here. Let's ride along with Bowie here and see what he's up to. Let's go inside the cockpit here and see what he's seeing here. To see these guys come out of the Cascades turn 3, getting a good run on It's PT right now. What do you do as a driver in this position? You go to the outside, try to force it. There's a lot of time left. Looks like he tries to make it stick on the outside on the rev limiter as he comes through Island Bend. Hard on the brakes here through turn 5. The Shell's oil corner here. Makes the move to the outside. Looks like he's going to go to the inside. Let's go back trackside here, ladies and gentlemen. This is too close to call. You guys can watch it unfold here. Bowie now to the outside. It's PT's got the preferred line. Oh, they make contact. Bowie's got the inside. Takes the rear end away from It's PT. Slows down to give him the position back. It's PT. See if he can get it going again. Yes, he does get it wound back up. He's got to be aware of traffic they're on track here. These guys are sorting it out. Lecky's got to be careful coming up. These guys are sorting out a racing incident on track. Great sportsmanship here. That was unintended. Unfortunate for It's PT, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, so they say here sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. That's just hard racing, hard, clean racing. A little bit late on the brakes, Bowie was, but he was just trying to get the advantage coming out of that corner. No harm, no foul. Now these guys are fighting for 3rd place right now. It's PT in 3rd place. Bowie now to 2nd. The Consul now up to 2nd place right now. K. Morse inherits the lead after all that madness through the chicane there, ladies and gentlemen. So it's turn of events once again here tonight as we've seen this unfold last night. If you guys didn't get a chance to tune in last night to the Thursday Night Light Series, you have to tune into that. At least watch some of the highlights. It was very dramatic at the end. It was very, very good. A lot of celebration on the Discord afterwards. It was great to see them guys celebrate. It's great to see the camaraderie on track as well, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to get involved in what we're doing here, www.RubbingsRacing.co.uk. That will get you your ticket into some of the cleanest fasting sim racing for the Project Cars 2 on the PlayStation Network, ladies and gentlemen. If you also want to donate, you can also donate. You will see the donate button on the website. All of our donations go back into the community, and we are looking into doing some charitable events here, so we'll see what happens here coming down the line. But nobody in the league gets paid. This is all volunteer work. These are guys who are just passionate about doing this and getting it together, and guys who are passionate about having fun, clean competition. And you've seen it here, ladies and gentlemen, as we see the Consul getting close to K. Morse now, closing within a half a second of him. As I'm rambling on, let's get rid of this interface here. We'll keep the map up so you guys can see where they're at. They're coming up right now to Hilltops, turn 10, 11, and 12. The 2nd chicane is what I call it. It's easier to say it that way. K. Morse looks like he's losing a little bit of time to the Consul, or the Consul is just putting the fuel to the Jetta GT5 as hard as he possibly can. As these guys come up Clay Hill here for lap 7 out of 23 here, ladies and gentlemen. The Consul looking really good as he come up towards Druid's corner, turn 15 here. K. Morse looking really solid, holding a really good line, holding it all the way to the inside and all the way to the backside. Looks like we have lost Old Smokey. Thank you for joining, Old Smokey. Sorry to your fans to be tuned in to see him. Looks like he got disconnected. That's unfortunate for him. Running towards the back of the pack. Running towards the lower end of the points too, so not a big day for him. Glad to have him aboard though and participating in this event. Glad to see him taking part here as we see K. Morse defending the Consul as they come into turn 1 here, ladies and gentlemen. They come into Old Hall Corner, start down towards the Cascades. This is a great passing opportunity if you can nail it right. But it looks like K Morris just has enough of a gap in front of the console here. The console's not going to be able to do it. You see him get way out into the mesh there, trying to use up everything he can to keep as much traction on the track as he possibly can to try to hunt down K Morris. K Morris currently sitting second in the points, hungry for a win. The console's sitting first in the points right now. These guys are separated by about 45 points, so this can be a big turn of events for the points standings here. K Morris had an unfortunate event last week, got caught up in some traffic there, ended up costing him a bunch of points, showed his disapproval in the stewards' inquiries there, very respectfully, but he was upset by rights, and looks like we may have some side-by-side action here, ladies and gentlemen, as these guys come up towards Hillsops. Doesn't look like the console's going to be able to make it happen. The console's still on the back of K Morris as we're keeping an eye on the leaders here. Let's go back through the pack and see what the rest of these guys are up to. We've been watching these guys. Andy now out of the pits, 27 seconds off the lead. That's probably about what it takes to do a good pit stop here. We see Andy did overshoot his pit stall. You see him go by NRP, or go by Lecky there. Lecky letting Andy WFC by. You did see Andy overshoot his pit stall, not by much, but did have to put it in reverse so they can get the jack underneath it so the regulations didn't be broken there. Unfortunate for him, cost him about another 2 seconds on pit lane, so 27 seconds is probably about the good time. So towards the end of this, he should be out towards the front here, maybe in the top 3 when these guys come in. We're keeping an eye on Andy right now. In 6th place currently, 27 seconds behind the leaders. Didn't see anybody else pit yet. Of course, we didn't have the graphs up for you guys to see. If you guys want to check out the timings, here they are. K Morris running the 149.059 last time by. The console running a 149.096. So only about 4/10 separate these two on the track, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back to this lead. It looks like the console now looks like he's going to go side by side with the console, and it looks like the console's going to inherit the lead now as they come through the island bend down towards Shell's Oil Corner here. The console doing a good job. Wanted to get that on the video for you guys. Get that. Sorry we missed that. Was taking a look at the timings there. And now the console is out front. K Morris back to 2nd place. K Morris is got to be in there banging his head on the steering wheel. Knowing them couple points. I think it's 3 points are going to slip away from him if the console continues to lead this race, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back here and see what Bowie's up to. Bowie is all over the back of It's PT as well. This is a battle for 3rd place, ladies and gentlemen. It's PT in that white car with the green stripe is battling for 3rd place and trying to hold that position away from Bowie as these guys come up through Hillsop, around Knickerbrook, and then up Clay Hill here. Bowie doing a great job in that number 58 yellow Jannetta GT5. We talked about him earlier. 20 years old from Holland. He's a flag marshal at a lot of tracks. Zandervoort. I don't have his information up. I think Brands Hatch, Le Mans. He does a lot of stuff. Builds race cars, races race cars, has a lot of fun on track with his friends, but when he's not on the real track in the evenings, he gets on with his guys here and shows what he's made of here. Doing a good job tonight. Currently running 4th place, only 3 seconds off the lead. These top 4 guys have not pitted yet. And we talked about K Morris pitting the last couple weeks pretty early. Looks like now he takes over the lead as the console comes into the pit. Let's keep an eye on the console here and his pit stall. Perfectly executed. Looks like he gets in. The jack is up and down. About a 1.7 second pit stop. He has got to be congratulating his pit crew. I think there's going to be steaks and champagne after this race if he can pull it off, ladies and gentlemen. K Morris inherits the lead, and now It's PT is behind him, ladies and gentlemen. Still under pressure by Bowie. It's PT out into the grass, gets a little sideways. Bowie now to the outside. Can he make anything happen as these guys come down towards Island Bend, turn 4 here? Bowie to the outside. It's PT to the inside. It's PT looks like he didn't have the momentum to carry him through that corner. These guys got to get hard on this braking zone. Let's see if Bowie can hold off It's PT for 2nd place now, because we see the console has pitted. So great pit stop by the console. Andy also had a pretty good pit stop, not as good as the console. So it looks like the console may be out in front of Andy if he can keep the rubber side down, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see where the console came out. The console came out 4th place, 19 seconds behind these guys. So that was an absolutely fantastic pit stop by the console. Currently running 4th place all by himself, coming into the first chicane right now. So you see K Morris and the leaders currently coming up Clay Hill. So that's the gap right now, ladies and gentlemen. About 19 seconds separates K Morris and our the console. Looks like Andy and NRP are going to start racing here. Let's put on a show for the viewers, fellas. We know NRP said some of the guys from the racetrack are watching. Don't want to disappoint you. Looks like NRP is running 5th place right now. Don't think he took a pit stop, so he's going to have to maybe probably take a pit stop. Didn't see him take one. I have been wrong plenty of times on this. It's hard to keep up with all this stuff here as just one guy sitting and watching this race here. Great action on track there as we see Andy come through the Druids corner here, turn 15, to start down Warwick Ridge towards Lodge Corner, turn 16 here. Let's see if he can do anything with him. He maybe get late on the brakes and dive it in early. Nope, doesn't look like Andy's going to make anything up to NRP right now. He does get a great run out of the final corner, starting up the hill here, though. And this is going to be a great battle right now for 5th place currently is inhabited by NRP, and Andy wants to take that spot away. He says, hey man, and we see Bowie now coming out of the pits. Bowie did come out of the pits, didn't see him take that pit stop, comes back in line behind Andy WFC, and this is going to be a battle for position, ladies and gentlemen. What a great move. I did not see that on track. I missed that, I'm sorry, but it all worked out here. NRP now in 5th, Andy in 6th, and Bowie now coming into the picture after taking his pit stop, which must have been a very good pit stop because he is right up front here with what looks like is going to be the top pack in this race. Let's go back and see what It's PT is up to. It's PT currently out on track. K Morris 15 seconds behind him, so it looks like K Morris has taken a pit stop as well. K Morris now out in front of the console. I'm assuming these guys have taken pit stops. Yes, the console has taken a pit stop. I don't think he was able to catch back up to K Morris unless K Morris had something catastrophic happen. So we're assuming that K Morris pitted. I'm hoping he did. Maybe he didn't. We're going to have to keep an eye on it. But that is the running order right now. Getting reports from the track that K Morris did pit. So ladies and gentlemen, It's PT has not pitted yet. K Morris will inherit the lead after he pits. The console now would inherit 2nd place. Andy and Bowie are about 6 seconds behind these two guys. It looks like they are fighting pretty hard for position. Let's ride along with these guys here and go trackside. Get rid of this interface as we see Andy WFC fighting off Bowie as they come through the Druids. Start down the hill. Oh, looks like I thought they got a little bit of contact there. Bowie's weaving and bobbing, trying to make a move. Looks like he's going to try to make a stick. And he goes a little defensive there. Cut them off to the inside. Bowie kind of get on the brakes just a little bit to try to defend his line. Let's see if he can make anything happen as they come up over the hill. Andy doing a great job defending his line. He knows he can only make one move. He can't zigzag across the track to be making moves, become a hazard. They are doing an absolutely great job playing by the rule books here at RubbingsRacing. These guys are doing absolutely fantastic as they start down the hill towards the Cascades in turn 3 here. Bowie all over the back of Andy WFC as these guys, you hear the Janettas winding up, you hear them up on the rev limiters, side-by-side action up in front. We see these guys coming through the island bend. Seen that through the windshield here. Let's keep an eye on this. The console to the inside, K Morris to the outside here. What's going to happen is they come around Shell Oil Corner here. Looks like K Morris goes off. Looks like, don't know if the console knew he was there. Looked like he run him off a little bit. Don't know if K Morris is going to be happy about that. These guys continue to battle on track for the lead position. This is lead for position, and this is also a race for points, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back here and see what Andy and Bowie are up to as we see these guys battling. And behind them, you see Bowie and Lecky now. Or Lecky and NRP, I'm sorry, behind them coming into the picture. You see NRP in 7th place. You see Andy and Lecky in the bottom picture. You see Lecky, NRP, and Lion's Foot coming into the picture there. So all these guys are starting to bunch up. A lot of pit stops have taken place. It's PT has not pitted yet, running now, coming out of the final corner, starting up the hill. Let's see what his strategy is going to be. Lap 12 out of 23, ladies and gentlemen, over halfway here, ladies. This was a halfway lap. Actually, lap 13 now. Lap 13 out of 23. 10 laps remain in this session. It's PT on cruise control. 15 seconds out in front of these guys. He knows the action is going on behind him. These guys are racing side by side, enabling It's PT to get valuable ground on these two guys racing here side by side as they come across the line here, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 13, it's the console to the outside. K Morris to the inside. Looks like they sorted it out on track. K Morris now back out in front of the console as they come through the first chicane. Looks like he got him a little bit loose there last time by. Coming down the hill here through the Cascades. K Morris still remaining in control of position number 2. Goes out a little bit wide. Looks like the console is going to be able to come up side by side with them as they come up towards the island bend. It's a tricky place to go side by side. They have to be aware of each other, where they are on track, and they do it perfectly, ladies and gentlemen. Here they come. What a great shot of these guys coming through that track there. K Morris has the advantage as he comes into the high side. K Morse gives him a little bit, or it looks like the console gives him a little nose one more time. It looks like K Morse spins out. Unfortunate for him. That's going to have to go to the Stewards Inquiry. He's got to be careful. Bowie goes by him. K Morse trying to stay out of the way. Now loses 2 position. We're sure we're going to see that in the Stewards Inquiry. K Morse frustrated over the last few weeks about guys running into him. Incidental contact there. Just coming out of the corner. Hard racing's got to be frustrated though. We can feel your sense. We can sense your frustration in there, K Morse. Keep your head down, buddy. You're going to do an absolutely great job. Thank you guys. Thank everybody for tuning in here. And thank you guys for all of your comments. Lee Kendall says, is Lecky's really RR's most handsome man, as he claims? That is yet to be debated. We're not sure here. JR Sims Racing said, come on, Andy. So you got a fan for you, Andy. Andy currently running 4th place right now. These guys in front of him have pitted. Bowie and the console have pitted. So looks like it's PT now into the pits. Let's see what he's going to do. Let's keep an eye on the console right now. The console hard on the brakes coming out of the final corner in 2nd place. Let's see what It's PT's doing. Looks like it's going to take a little bit longer than the console did, and you can hear the engines coming. It's PT. The jack is down. The wheels are turning, but it's going to be a little bit too little, too late. Looks like the console isn't going to inherit the lead, but it looks like Bowie and Andy are going to be door-to-door with It's PT. Let's see where It's PT comes out here. Looks like It's PT's coming out of the guardrails, back on track, and just like I predicted, neighbors once again with the top 3 guys, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't have called it any better. If you like what you're seeing here on track, ladies and gentlemen, www.rubbingsracing.co.uk will get you your ticket to some of the cleanest fast and sim racing. Get you on stream, get you online, get you noticed here. Get you racing with some of the cleanest guys here as we watch these last laps unfold. Lap 14 out of 22, ladies and gentlemen. It's PT and that green and white 24 Genetic just coming out of the pits. And Air gave up the lead, and now only 5 seconds off of the lead. Gave up the lead for a pit, had a pretty good pit stop there, and now 5 seconds behind the console, which is now leading this parade. We got Bowie now 2nd, Andy 3rd, It's PT 4th, and K Morse now in 5th after having that spin with the console. And so big trouble now for It's PT, back to 8th place. We've seen somebody spin in the background. Unfortunate for him with that great pit stop coming out, getting messed up coming out of the first chicane. That's unfortunate. It must have got a little bit loose. We've seen him. See if we can rebound and get anything happening. Andy now pressuring Bowie for 2nd place. JR's rooting for you, Andy. Says make him proud. Here we go. This is the battle for 2nd place. This is happening 5 seconds behind the console. We've seen the console having that epic pit stop there. We see K Morse coming into the picture now in behind him. K Morse having a good rebound, still frustrated. He knows he could be up there side by side with the console, and now he has 5 seconds to make up and 2 cars to get around, and the laps are winding down. We have lap 15 out of 23, ladies and gentlemen. 7 laps remain in this session. Bowie, Andy, and now K Morse in the background there. You can see this is the battle for 2nd place. We're keeping an eye on Bowie and that yellow car, Andy WFC. Both of these guys, young lads. Bowie, 20 years old. Andy WFC, 22 years old. From over in the UK, does a lot behind the scenes. Runs the GT3 league on Sunday nights. Commentator as well. I always look to him for notes every week. He makes this so much better for me. Does an absolutely fantastic job. You guys should tune in Sunday nights, 8 p.m. GMT time to watch some of the most epic commentating and epic racing in the league right now. GT3, these guys are highly contested right now, and it is very fast. Keeping an eye on Andy right now, trying to gain 2nd position away from Bowie, but comfortably riding in 3rd as we can see K Morse coming into the picture. Getting back to Andy WFC, got in the league last week after waiting on the reserve list. Had a guy drop out, he was the first one to sign up, offered him the full-time ride. He said absolutely, jumped into the black and red number 49 Janetta. So doing a great job. This battle's continuing to heat up. Lightblade spun out there a little early, back to 6th place, currently 11 seconds off the lead, currently running behind Lecky right now. Lecky up to 4th place. Lecky doing a good job rebounding. Not sure if he pitted yet. Sometimes he likes to wait in a race, flashing his lights, assuming he did pit. I'm going to take that as 50-50 he did pit. So right now under pressure by Lightblade, and now K Morse into the background. So that wasn't K Morse. Who was that behind Andy? I thought that was K Morse. K Morse must have had another incident. Close action here as these guys come out of the large corner and up. deer leap here towards the start-finish line. Lap 16 out of 23, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Lecky's doing a good job holding off Lightblade, making Lightblade work for his position today as they come around turn 1 down towards the Cascades. K. Morris getting a little bit wide, but gaining time on these two as they try to fight for position side by side. K. Morris going to try to get everything he can out of these final laps, after having that incident in turn 5, the Cheryl Oil corner with the console. We know it was unintentional, but still a racing incident nonetheless. We're sure we're going to hear about it. Points may be handed out for that one, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a couple stewards look at it. Regardless, he needs to rebound, get his head down, get that incident out of his head, and if the broadcaster would stop talking about it, I'm sure he could probably forget about it and put it behind him. So, ladies and gentlemen, keeping an eye on this battle right now. This is Lecky in 4th, Lightblade in 5th, and K. Morris now in that multicolored car coming in last in 6th place right there. As we watch these guys, laps are winding down. Lap 16 out of 23, ladies and gentlemen, for a feature race here. In our 4th race of the series, Lightblade looks like he's going to swing out wide a little bit. He's going to make anything happen on Lecky. No, it's a hard place to pass through here, especially on the outside. Lecky does a fantastic job holding his line through Hillsop there as they come around Knickerbrook up through Clay Hill. It looks like he's got these 3 guys now in tow. As they come around the Druids, this is a very tricky section here. Lecky's going to go to the inside, hug it all the way back to the outside, then try to get that apex to the inside without getting too much curb, because it will spin you out. These guys are doing it masterfully here as they come underneath that Oulton Park Bridge here, the Island Bridge, I believe they call that. If I'm wrong, I don't know. It sounds cool, though. Side-by-side action. Lightblade taking the position away from Lecky. Lecky, though, fighting, battling on the outside. K. Morris now wants to get involved. Ooh, Lightblade and Lecky touch. Lecky gathers it back up. Now, K. Morris is getting back into the picture. Lightblade flashing his lights, probably saying, hey, man, I was there. You need to pay more attention. Not sure. Maybe saying good pass. Now, K. Morris takes the position away from Lightblade. Lightblade's got to be back there, pounding his gloves on the steering wheel. Got to pull them gloves up and getting up, tightened up. Get up on that steering wheel, Lightblade, and get that position back. See if you can get that 4th place here. And K. Morris gets a little contact between him and Lecky. Lecky holds it together masterfully. K. Morris goes off track. Lightblade flashing the lights, letting him know, hey, buddy, I'm back here. Remember, don't worry, payback can sometimes not be good. We don't encourage that here in the league, but these racers sometimes get a little bit of attitude. But we got it all sorted out, ladies and gentlemen. This is all friendly, fun, fair competition, but they know what's at stake here. Lightblade currently in 5th place in the points right now, trying to gain as many points as he can, but Lecky's trying to get position and try to hold that position. We are here for a race, and at the end of the day, these guys want to cross the line first. They don't care about the points. They'll settle the points afterwards. They just want to beat their competitors, and that's what we're watching right now, ladies and gentlemen. Lecky currently running in 4th place, Lightblade in 5th place, K. Morris into the picture. It's PT and now NRP. All these guys are starting to bunch up. This is going to be an absolute great battle. Lap 17 out of 23, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Get your popcorn ready. Lee Kendall says, fantastic racing, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for all your comments. This is absolutely fantastic racing. Let's go back here and see what Andy's up to right now. Andy is still harassing Bowie. Bowie in that yellow car. Andy in that number 49, red and black. See Bowie going a little wide. Get out of the throttle a little bit. Let's see if Andy can make up any space on him. Nope, you see the console come into the picture, Bowie and Andy as they run. But let's go back through the field here and look at this battle, mid-pack battle for position. Now we see It's PT all over the back of K. Morris. K. Morris has got to be defending. We're worried about defending his line there because he knows It's PT was running up in front of the pack there. He knows he's got a really fast setup here today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go up here to Lecky and Lightblade and see what's happening. Let's get rid of this interfaces. We don't want to see the hauler. We want to see the racers, ladies and gentlemen. And It's PT looks like Lecky goes off. Looks like he's going to re-enter the track. Lightblade aware of the mistake there. Lecky's still holding 6th place right now as we see, oh no, it looks like NRP goes around in circles. Unfortunate for him. The guys at the track can't be happy in seeing that, tuning in to see their guy, and he can't let him down by looking. Oh no, it looks like Lecky also goes down. Lightblade gets a hold of him and sends Lecky into the trees. That is unfortunate. That was just an unfortunate event. Lightblade remains control of his car as he comes through Shell's Oil corner here as he laps are winding down. 18 out of 23, ladies and gentlemen. About 5 laps remain here. Let's go back here and see what Andy is doing with It's PT. These guys are gaining on the console. These guys have gotten together, maybe using each other's strip streams. Yeah, strip stream. It's a slipstream. I don't encourage strip streaming, ladies and gentlemen. At least not in RubbingsRacing. Slipstream, let's see if he can get in the slipstream. Andy now in behind Bowie and the console. This is going to tune up to be an absolutely stellar finish between these three guys. They have to keep it together, not worry about their competitor, hit their marks on the track, hit their apex, and make sure that they're doing everything right. Let's go back here and see what K Morris is doing. We see it's TP behind him. K Morris now into the grass, not having a good day, frustrated behind the wheel. We can feel it. You know, so he's just got to wind it together, try to get as many points as he can. Doesn't have anybody behind him immediately. You see Lightblade coming into the picture, and Lecky now, them two guys in behind him. So K Morris just need to keep his head down. And let's go to the lead here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what these guys are up to. Now this is going to turn into a battle for the lead. Keeping an eye on Bowie. See him now closing up on the console. Let's look at the timings here. 0.8 of a second separates the console and Bowie, and it's only 1.9 seconds back to Andy. These two guys in the front are going to start racing, which is going to allow Andy to catch up. Andy is being very smart here, knowing these laps are winding down, knowing if these two guys start racing, he can continue to run his line and gain on these guys and maybe pull off some last lap drama here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to keep an eye on this battle. This is way too good to get rid of. Keeping an eye on it. Lap 19 out of 23. 4 laps remain here. Bowie 0.7 of a second. Andy closing in with 1.5 seconds. And oh no, the console goes around. What happened, ladies and gentlemen? The console goes around. Where is the console? Back to third place. Looks like he did it all by himself under pressure from Bowie. All the way back to third place. Our points leader now back to third place. Oh, he's got to be frustrated by that move. And let's see what's going to happen here with second place. Andy and Bowie have been running nose to tail for the last few laps, and they know the console is now out of the way. They don't have to battle to try to get that position. They are now battling for the lead. And ladies and gentlemen, lap 19 out of 23, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Keeping an eye on this lead as they come under the Island Bridge, Oulton Park Bridge here. Bowie now in first place. Andy WFC to second place. They're hard on the brakes coming into the final corner here, up towards Deer Leap to the start-finish line. Last time by, this is how they were. The console was leading, Bowie was second, and Andy was third. The console spun coming through the first chicane there and got into the wall, had to regroup. You can see him coming way off into the background there, third place. Got somebody off into the corner there, not sure who that is. Is that Lightblade? Looks like Lightblade, not sure who that was, no. Oh, that was Tuggy Bear. Okay, Tuggy Bear's the back marker. Lightblade's just now coming over the line in sixth place. Let's go back to the lead here, ladies and gentlemen. I was trying to get a scope on who was out there. Keeping an eye on this lead. Lap 20 out of 23. 3 laps remain. Going to keep an eye on this battle right here. Bowie out front. Andy WFC, our pole sitter for the sprint race, in second. Finished second place in the sprint race and currently running second place in this feature race, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to keep the screen as free as possible so you guys can just enjoy the race. The sun is starting to go down. The track temperature is now 83 degrees or 98 degrees Fahrenheit, and the ambient temperature is 83 degrees Fahrenheit. So track is starting to just cool down here. Grip's going to start coming back, which is going to be in favor for these top two guys. The console's back there slamming his hands off the steering wheel. We can see his gloves through the windshield there. It's got to be frustrated. I think his pit crew is still expecting some champagne and steak dinners tonight because they did everything they possibly could do to get him out there and put him in position to win this race. Just had a mental error, felt the pressure coming by these two guys on track, Bowie and Andy WFC. This is the battle, ladies and gentlemen. Bowie out front now, Andy WFC. Bowie was able to take that position away as the console made that mistake through that first chicane. Going to the timings here, Bowie running a 149.0. Let's see what they do as they come across the line, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 21 out of 23. 2 laps remain here at Oulton Park. GP for a Friday night Janetta GT5 Super Cup Challenge. Andy only setting right there in striking distance, half a tenth behind Andy. Now we have the console 5 seconds, not able to gain anything up behind him. Going back through the field, it's PT was pressure in the console. Drop back a little bit to 13 seconds. K Morris and Moore had a pretty tight battle going on. You can see on the left side of the screen, I'm getting that timing so you guys can keep an eye on this battle on track. K Morris currently running 5th place, 5th on track right now. The console in 3rd place, 1st in the points, currently 3rd on track. Bowie, he was 3rd in points, currently in the lead right now. So big points day for Bowie. There's going to be a huge shakeup in the points. The last 2 laps are going to be absolutely great. The final race, I heard, the forecast is going to be rain in the final race. Next week, we are at Silverstone GP, the big track at Silverstone, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in. I'm sure NRP will have his crew as we see Andy wiggling back there, trying to make some noise with the nose of that car, trying to let Bowie know that he's not going away, letting him know, shaking his car back and forth, saying, hey, man, I'm going to make a move when the time is right. He's been studying Bowie's line here for the last 4 or 5 laps, so these guys are trying not to get together, see if he can do anything to get around Bowie. Bowie has been super fast in these GT5s here, coming in off of the reserve list, I believe, in week 2. No, he did sign up for the series. He's been here, and he's been doing a great job here, so doing a great job. 20 years old from Holland. We got a 20-year-old from Holland in the lead, and we got a 22-year-old from the UK in second place right now, these 2 youngsters. Showing some of the older fellas how it's doing. The console, also 23 years old. He's from Norwich, I believe. Does a lot of stuff in behind the scenes. The tech guy edits all the videos. So just, oh no, the leaders get together. Andy gets sideways. Bowie looks like he goes out into the grass. Don't know what happened there. They got to be aware of what's happening. Andy's got to regroup. Coming behind the console. The console takes the second place right now. And what happened there? That was a great view on the stream. We're going to have to go back to that and see what happened. That looked like it was just incidental contact, and somebody goes off into the dirt there. They got to be careful, aware that the leaders are coming around. Looks like it's PT now coming into the frame. Looks like he's coming through the Cascades, and now is going to chase these guys down. Bowie, lap 22, in command right now, 3 seconds out in front of the console after getting together with Andy. That is unfortunate for them two. Andy 6 seconds now back. The console taking over second place, and it's PT now up to 4th place. NRP currently running 7th place, Lightblade up to 6th place, and K Morris is in the 5th place position right now. K Morris can't be happy about the contact between him and the console. And when they come through Shell Corner earlier in the race, I'm sure we'll get it all sorted out after the race like we always do. Keep an eye on these guys here. But watching Bowie now, lap 22, as they come up to the final lap here, ladies and gentlemen. Going to ride along with Bowie as we always do, and keep an eye to see what's happening on track. Let's go back here and see what Lions Foot and NRP are up to. These guys are getting pretty close here. We're going to keep an eye on the timing here as this race, the final lap of this race develops here. Let's ride along with our leader, ladies and gentlemen, our customary victory lap. Let's see if Bowie can keep it together. Let's go in the cockpit, get rid of the interface here as he comes out of turn 17 up Deer Leap, crosses the finish line for the final time, ladies and gentlemen. Bowie, our leader, currently going to have a big day in the points. He's going to have to get hard on the brakes here as he comes down turn 1 towards Old Hall Corner. Does it good, comes to the outside of that apex here, holds it to the outside line. Is going to try to come down here to turn 2 and then to the outside, back to the inside through turn 3 through Cascade. You get a little slippy through here, and you see him get a pretty good job, not having to horse in it too much. You can see in the rear view mirror there, he doesn't have any pressure behind him, so he's just being cool, calm, and collective here as he comes down here towards turn 4, the island bend. Some guys give it full throttle through here, some guys lift a little bit. He's got to get hard on the brakes here to come through turn 5, the Shell Oils corner here. And this is where he had contact, or this is where the console and K Morris had contact earlier that we'll be hearing about. Back up through the gears here as he comes through 7, 8, and 9. This is called Britain's here. This is a masterful turn. If you can get it right, it feels absolutely good as he starts up out of the Britain's over the hilltop here towards turn 10 and 11. Towards the hilltop here, which is the second chicane. You can see the rubber on the road there, getting on the brakes, turning it in, hitting the inside of that apex, back to the outside, watching that big concrete barrier and winding it up, getting as close as you can to the inside, coming through Knickerbrook out of turn 12. It's 13 here as they come up Clay Hill around turn 14 and turn 15, which is the Druids, the famous Druids corner here. Bowie doing an absolutely fantastic job tonight, giving us his victory lap here, coming out of the Druids corner. Town Warwick Bridge. This is Warwick Bridge here, ladies and gentlemen. I just found it. Underneath Warwick Bridge, towards the Lodge corner, and then one more time towards the start-finish line. Let's go back here as he flashes his lights toward the audience, waving his hand out the window, putting his national flag up. Bowie coming out, our 20-year-old from Holland, as the lead. What's going on back here with the console? Coming in second place. Andy trying to chase him down. Seen that battle there on track. Coming in fourth, or coming in third right now. It's PT all by himself coming in fourth. We have Lightblade now coming out of the final corner. good day for him. Little ups, little downs there. Solid day, though. 5th place. NRP, our guy from Silverstone, coming in 6th place. In this battle right now between K. Morse and Lionsfoot. Let's see what happens. Looks like K. Morse has the advantage coming out of the final corner. Lionsfoot not able to do anything with him as these guys cross the line. 6th and 7th. Lecky started first here, led the parade around the lap. Coming in 9th, Grey Warrior coming in 10th, Tro 11th, and Norda Viking coming in 12th. Tuggy rounding out the top 10. Good race to Bowie coming in as he comes down through the Cascades. Guys are going to come up and start congratulating him here as we see Andy WFC, Lightblade, Lecky, the console coming in the background there. Everybody giving Bowie a great congratulations. Great run, right place, right time. We've seen the console getting a little bit sideways there out of the first chicane. Unfortunate for him, not able to regain much there, but able to get back to 2nd place. So that is the race, ladies and gentlemen. Once we get back to the timings here, you're going to see right now, that's the final official timings here, ladies and gentlemen. Bowie takes the lead, takes the win in the feature race. The console coming in 2nd after losing it through that first chicane. Andy WFC, our pole sitter, coming in 2nd or 3rd place after finishing 2nd in the sprint. And great job by It's PT. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and for everybody here at Rubbings Racing, I am Kenbo76. God bless and good night.